Welcome back to the Justice Factor as we continue our discussion of the attacks on foreign-owned shops that have spread in Gauteng this past week. My guests are Gauteng MEC for Economic Development, Lebogang Maile, NAFCOC President Lawrence Mavundla, and South Africa-Pakistan Association Chairman Salman Khan. Gentlemen, let's continue. You were saying that actually the people who've been attacked and so forth don't own these shops. Who owns them then?
There are big businesses behind them who supply them and give them stock on credit, and that is why they can afford to actually sell at a cheaper price than the local people, because if they buy from the same wholesalers, I cannot understand the magic that they can do to be cheaper than the locals.
But why don't local business people do exactly the same thing? I don't get it. If I'm arriving from Somalia and I work in some other shop for 2,000 rand a month, I save up and with my 20,000 rand, I do the same thing. Surely if I am Justice Malala and I work in the Joburg city center, I can do exactly the same thing.
We used to do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's just that if if you don't have the support that they have behind them, you can never strive. We used to, I made my breakthrough through selling in the street. We used to make a lot of money. I was able to start a family and do many things with my little money. But today, that's not possible.
Can I just say, it sounds like both of you are blaming these business people, and you're saying, no, they work for other people, no, they do this.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point.
What are you doing then?
No. Justice,
by the
way, both local-owned businesses in the townships and foreign-owned businesses in the township, they're fighting for crumbs. And this is the point I'm raising, that the big retail shops, which are owned by monopoly capital, they are producing these goods that they are selling in these townships. They are controlling the price, and we've seen previously there's been price collusion and all that.
Fair point.
So what we are saying is that we need to now have a dialogue and engage with big business in terms of the type of investments that they've made, because if those investments are not benefiting the local economy, and the local people can't get jobs that are decent, that are paying well, what's the point of having them in the townships? Because all they're doing is to milk our people, and that's not justice, I'm sure. Is it just? It can't be just.
It can't be just,
yes.
But I'm worried about that we're taking the conversation away from the issues of the small business person. Not every business person, and please bear with me, I want many black local industrialists, but I'm saying not every person wants to be a billionaire. Someone wants to make their life just like these shop owners are doing. Salman, let me bring you in here. Do you agree with some of the points made about
it is, for me, it is quite revealing and getting into the psyche of our, the leaders of economic development in the country. It is not true what they're saying. Yes, there is a blame to be passed onto the economic development policies that we had, that it is a monopolistic society. Look at the big 5 chain stores in South Africa owned by who? Previously advantaged communities, and they are not living, as you said.
So what is not true?
Okay, no, wait, I'm coming to your point now. Wait, just 1 second. It's true that there is monopolistic society, but what is not true, that there's somebody owning and somebody in the back supplying them a goods? No,
but
they have a different. That's a different model of the business they're applying. They share the economy of scale. If one Pakistani have a shop, the 5 other Pakistani get together. They say that we cannot leave the shop. One person go and buy. Okay, we're in South African way of modeling, from the Jewish to the Indian to the South African and to the African. What it is, you buy something for 5 rand, it must be 100% profit. That's a thinking. But when the Somalis and Pakistani do business, they say, I will use the economy of scale and I will use the low margin of profit. I will work on a 5 to 7%. Go to any Somali shop. What percentage of profit they're putting in? What the GP they are achieving? 5 to 7%. And that's where is the problem.
Businesses all over the world, outsmarted, outgunned, outplayed, and our people are now sitting there saying,
Justice, we have had a few of these affected foreign nationals saying on record in the newspapers, on radio saying that they are not owning those shops.
So who owns these shops? Tell us, give us a name of someone who owns these shops.
I don't know. Perhaps there's a cartel sitting somewhere. I can tell you.
No, that's I mean, he says, look at the
top
five
retailers. He must defend it.
I can tell you, Pick and Pay, ShopRite, all these.
Yes, he must defend it. That is why we want to know who owns these shops. On Saturday, the Premier engaged with the business.
License these.
No.
Justice.
Yes.
Why would the local businesses be blamed? Because at the moment, the people who are carrying out the attacks, we are saying to you, it's criminals. It's not local businesses have not gotten together and went to attack, foreign-owned shops. It is people who have got a criminal mind who have gone to do that. So why do you then blame local businesses?
Well,
how do they come into the conversation?
I see people, Rose Nkosi, the chair, the president of the SA Spaza and Tuck Shop Association with 3,000 members, says we don't want them here. She says the shops can reopen, but only South Africans can run them. Yeah. These are part of your people.
But that's an emotional talk. What I'm saying is, there is no action that has been taken by local businesses against foreign shops.
By the way, I have went to 65 townships around Gauteng last year, between June and of August, September. We've met with entrepreneurs. They've raised this issue, and I can tell you, overwhelming majority of entrepreneurs in the townships are raising a number of problems, including the issue of funding, the issue of land, the issue of market access, and they're not saying they don't want foreign-owned businesses in our townships. They are not. So perhaps Rose is representing herself. The fact that she's abusing the position that she's having, it can't be then attributed to all entrepreneurs in our townships, because that's not a fact. I have interacted with them. We have interacted with them as the Gauteng provincial government, and they've told us what are their issues. And out of that consultation we've had with them, we've developed what we call a township economic revitalization strategy, responding directly to those concerns that they are having, so that we are able to deal with these issues systematically and not wait for a crisis and then we respond. We have a knee-jerk response.
Salman, the MEC is putting a plan on the table. He went around these 60 townships in June, July,
65,
August.
Yes.
65 townships in Gauteng.
And we met with about 50,000 entrepreneurs.
That's fantastic to hear. And he's saying we have a plan and we're going to implement it and it will turn things around. Do you think it will work? Does it take the pressure?
You see, the problem is a lack of, as you say, the funding, the resources in the township, and also the training. You know, when the Pakistanis, and they are on the survival mode, okay? So what happens is, if one person have, like, you know, the Lawrence is asking question, who own it? I need to demystify that. One person come, he make it happen, and he get bigger, and then he employ. Like in Deep Sloot, there was a Financial Times review in a magazine, 2-page big review. One guy from Pakistan, he owned 200 disposal shop. Why? Because once his model is working, he just replicate like a franchising. So he find the people, and that's exactly what it is happening. One person, but that is entrepreneurship. I mean, if you have a gap in the market, do it. But the other side, what we have, the other side of the coin is the local entrepreneur. They hide from where I'm buying. Where the Pakistani, they share the knowledge, they share the skill. Okay, I'm going to the town, what you need. Whereas the South African local entrepreneur, they said, I'm going, but I'll not tell you where I'm going to buy my chicken. And that's where is the problem is. The economy of the scale, the shared knowledge, shared resources, that's why they're thriving. And there is no resentment. There is no resentment between them.
You have 30 seconds to come up to tell me where we go now.
It's fine, but township economy can't be built on spaza shops only. It has to be built on many manufacturing. I think is very key, and many other big things. And that's why the strategy we have is designed to respond to that, so that we can have our people owning big manufacturing plants. Our townships must not just be areas of consumption, but they must also produce and manufacture.
Okay. I hear you. I've run out of time. Lawrence Mavundla, you get the last word. 30 seconds, please. What happens now? How do we solve these problems that we face?
I would like to see foreign and local businesses integrate so that they can share knowledge and work together, so that they can together be able to stop what is going on in our township, the criminality, they can fight and win that if they work together.
Lawrence Mavundla, MEC Lebogeng Maile, Salman Khan, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
After the break, our winner and loser of the week. Stay with us.